Hello everyone, Master Steve 89 here again with another episode of The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. And last episode we found out something about the person that is blackmailing Detlef. He's called the Centurion, and Anna Henrietta, the Duchess, asked us to come to a outpost, but first we are gonna take care of one Witcher quest, one Witcher contract. And of course, if there is something to be found here, I'm gonna find it. Let's just look at this spot for now. There's something like a vineyard as well. Yeah, lots of wine. But the dude apparently killed himself. That's interesting. And now apparently I found everything there is to find here, so let's get going on our way to the Witcher contract, which is actually a contract I got by a knight that I randomly happened to run into. And he just went in a cave. He just ran there. And I had to meditate. He ran in there and he died. Nothing I could have done about it. Not the way I did it anyway. And also the quest was too high level for me back when I took it on. But now I suppose we are strong enough. So I want to find out what happened to that knight. Okay, stop screaming. Ah, okay. Folktail. Yeah, let's take care of it. I mean, why not?
Damn, you're ugly.
I don't have the crossbow armed and ready. Alright, didn't even need Gwen. Gwen, not Gwen. I always say it too softly. The moon shines down upon us. I'm always traveling about Touissant when it's night, for some reason. Always happens that way. Even though when I meditate, it's always day. So, we'll see in this episode. I want to take care of the Witcher contract first, but after that, if we have enough time, come on. But if it doesn't take too much time to complete it, then I'm actually going to go to Anna Henrietta again and complete the quest line I started, which is called Wine is Sacred, which is about finding out who the guy is that gives Deadlove so much trouble. Come here, piggy. Ah, fuck, there's another one. Geralt wouldn't fuck about so much with his sword. He could actually hit these boars. Alright. In case you're wondering, I never used to collect all this stuff. But I'm practically out of money. From all the money I spent on the Grandmaster Woven armor. And I would like to have the other armors as well. Because apparently you don't need the predecessor armors to build it and to wear it, so I can just get all 5 of them easy. Remember this spot?
Impressive. You'd think you were in a winter garden.
I suppose there's something in the water, huh?
Cradle filled with children's shoes. Doubt I've ever seen a collection this grotesque.
The fuck?
On the other side. To get through. Never saw no sign. Look at this.
Do you hear the pounding there? It's crazy.
Bones. Small skull. Fontanelle's not completely closed. An infant. About a year, maybe.
Shit.
Sundry clear as day now. The story must have taken it from its victims. Seems to be off somewhere, probably feeding. Need to lure it.
Okay, let's read about this monster. Grottori. Demiridium bombs, relic oil, and igni. How do I switch the bombs exactly? the hell? Problem is, art spores too. Shit. My god, what the fuck is killing me? Everything here is killing me. Okay. Now we can go. That thing is quite strong. White honey it is. Another big problem I have right now is the fact that there's so much shit Geralt never knows what to hit. And I got it. Oh my god. That thing, hardcore. Let's see what he has hidden in here. Behind all the roots. Not much, honestly. But I got a new sword. Let's check out what the sword can do. Okay. Damn, that's really good. I'm gonna stick with my sword for now, the woven sword. Because that gives me a lot of boosts. But now I have an excellent sword for if my woven sword goes down. Okay, it's probably fastest if I just swim over there. Let's just hope there is no Nessie in here. does look kind of like a lock. But man, that was one hardcore Witcher contract.
The scars of that witch's visit.
Because the problem was there were also these arch spores. And Geralt had so many targets. He never knew where to throw the bombs, not where to attack, and nothing. That was the big problem here.
Yes, he is likely drunk in the gutter again.
Okay, but I'm going to take this contract. This next part of the mission, I'm gonna take that on, because we still have a lot of time. Let's take in the view.
From the start. Every witcher I've known has been a swell lad.
Yeah, right. Just taking in the view once more. And the beauty that is Witcher 3.
I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had a...
Is that like singing? Because I can't tell.
Would you squeeze my plaster?
Her Grace awaits inside.
Here at last. We lack only Damien now. I'm worried something might have happened to him.
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no
Cintrian,
common
sorry.
bandit. He
Not
managed to
Centurion.
steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Still don't know this Cintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Used to it. Not the first time I've been hunted.
Must you always? Now, the port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer. I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
The Mandragora? What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours, and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
I agree.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Oh,
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora
captain's gonna
always
betray her.
assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
Audacious man, the Cintrian. But we'll get him.
Alright, I'm just thinking about whether or not we should go to that, because that seems like a lengthy affair. And I don't want to make this episode too long. So let's do something else.
I had the coin for a medic.
Let's go to the medic's tent and find out what that is about.
Happy trails!
Maybe Shani will be there. Shani is actually the love interest you are given.
It's him! Get him!
You wanna get the Witcher, really?
Look lively! Rush at him, boys!
Die, Nevin.
That's
Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
running riot. Our duchy values peace and quiet.
Yeah, it's not my fault. Any one of them have something of interest? I'd like to find something out about the attackers. Contract on a Witcher. Yep, that's me. You can come. You guys can't fight a Witcher. Well, that's so cool. I just hope random events like that are going to keep happening. Because that is really fun. I'm a wanted man now. More of that, please. Alright, let's find out what's happening here.
Witcher, I have a matter of prime urgency and import. I must speak to you.
Alright, let's talk.
Your wound. Feeling better?
It's healing splendidly, though I am to avoid trouble for some time. To be frank, that is precisely why I wish to speak with you.
Want me to stand in for you? Take on some trouble on your behalf?
That could very well be the case. You see, there is a maiden, nay, a lady. I suspect someone's cast an ill spell upon her. A curse, perhaps.
Let me guess. She suddenly grew cold, haughty, and distant, though the night before she was flirtatious and alluring.
Tut tut, Witcher. You jest, yet the matter is grave. Though true, the lady in question is dear to my heart. I shall not deny it. I fear she has fallen victim to ill magic, and knows no one she could turn to for help.
What makes you think she might be cursed?
You must keep all I say to yourself, I beg you. I would never dare to be
right.
so indiscreet normally, yet I'm troubled about her, for her. Vivian shuns the company of others. Though the fairest maid at court, she keeps men at a distance. I thus determined I would resort to trickery.
Trickery? That even befitting of a knight?
In war, yes. And what is love if not battle? As it were, one evening I crouched in hiding outside her seamstress's home. As Vivian emerged from it, I too emerged, ever so gently but convincingly collided with her, then promptly offered to escort her home. She consented. At first, all augured well. I proposed a more scenic route. She agreed. I made kindly forays into conversation, and she even began to respond as we neared the end of our route.
Then suddenly,
mid-speech, from her mouth there flew a most hideous shriek. I stopped stone cold in my tracks while she turned red, then promptly ran off. I did not give chase that time. I attempted to approach her on several ensuing occasions, to learn what had happened, for I feared she had become entangled in some trouble. I noted that often, come night, she ventures into the woods, where I've seen her walk about a glade near a pool. I've striven on occasion to follow her, but lost track each time. It seemed then she'd melted into the air.
sound you heard. She might have just had a sore throat.
Had I thought it possible the sound was natural, I never would have taken up your precious time.
Notice any other strange behavior? Additional symptoms?
No, Vivian's avoided me wholly since the first encounter. But folk gossip.
What about?
They say she's secretive, that no one ever sees her after dusk, that she's wont to suddenly disappear.
Nothing unusual about any of that. Tell me more about Vivian. Who is she? What's her story?
She's Her Enlightened Highness's lady-in-waiting. Her mother was a lady-in-waiting, her father a knight. That is all I've learnt, for the Duchessa grows angry when asked about her. Vivian spends her days within the palace walls. Yet we are in luck, for she has been named the tourney's patroness this year. Thus, each participant will be granted an audience with her.
Got a problem then?
Alright.
See, I'm not a participant.
I've
Yes, I
devised
am.
a solution already. You shall take my place in the lists and thus gain the chance to speak to her. I was looking forward to winning the tourney, very much so. Yet for Vivian, I am prepared to sacrifice anything.
This tourney, how's it work exactly?
It is the year's grandest and most important contest. Knights from all corners come to face off for the grand prize. And more importantly, for glory. A demanding test of knightly prowess in horsemanship, marksmanship and fencing. I qualified for the first time, had great hopes of winning. Yet...
Yeah, I get it. Anything for Vivian. Hardly a regular job, this. Not often I gotta take part in a tourney to fulfill a contract. Fee can't be anything ordinary either.
I'm no magnet to command heaps of coin, but naturally I shall award you a just amount. How much do you demand?
1,000. Holy shit, I can go really high here. Let's go 600. I need the coin.
I have comrades I can ask. They would surely lend me coin, yet even that would not be enough. Could you not lower your fee somewhat?
557 then. Yeah, 75.
I have comrades I can ask. They would surely lend me coin, yet even that would not be enough. Could
Come
you
on,
not
you're a
lower your fees somewhat?
You're a fucking knight. Don't you have money?
I have comrades I can ask.
Alright, let's settle at 500, asshole.
Agreed. That is an amount I can indeed muster.
Fine, I'll look into it. Gotta admit, piqued my curiosity.
I shall be forever in your debt. Now, we must ensure you are not eliminated from the tourney before you can meet Vivian.
I can take care.
Meaning?
I can manage.
Could you show me how you shoot, ride and fight, perchance? And you must learn the tourney rules, know how to apply them in practice. I did not mean to suggest I doubt your abilities. Everyone must train, even a witcher.
No.
Besides, the tourney contests must surely differ, require skills you don't usually apply, races above all. The choice is yours. Where shall we start?
I don't need training.
Apply all the skills you mentioned on a daily basis, and against monsters, not targets and dummies. Don't need any training. Going straight to the tourney grounds to sign up.
Now you must go to the inscription.
Alright, so next episode we are gonna take part in this little tourney he mentioned. I'm really excited, this sounds like fun.